This week for the Cyber Award, I read the book Giant Squid. It's by Candace Fleming, and the illustrator is Eric Roman. This book was published in 2016, and it is a children's nonfiction book. There's 40 pages, and it's for ages 6 through 10. So this book, I learned a little bit from it, even, being an adult. So it starts by describing the scene of the deep, deep blue, where squid live, and how that's a place where we, either walking along the beach or just floating on top of the water, don't really think about, because we never go that deep into the ocean, and we never really see them because they're in the dark way below. And it describes how a giant squid catches its prey, and I think the progression of the pages is really entertaining, because it first just kind of shows its tentacles, and then it shows how it waits for its prey to float by, and then it grabs its prey and eats it with its beak, which is kind of interesting to think about. So the author describes its mouth and its eyes, and the ability that a squid has to swim away from predators. Some squid can be the size of a school bus, and others may be tiny. The author describes how small the baby squid are when they're born, and how they use ink to escape predators, because imagine being, it said, 2 inches, and being in the deep blue sea, that makes them an easy predator, makes it easy for predators to find them. And so they use ink to get away and then swim away. And the illustrations, like I said, in this book are very realistic, yet they're enjoyable, because the illustrator got to make them how they wanted it. It has great descriptions of the body parts of the giant squid, and there's one part of this book, I don't know if I'll be able to find the page here, but it talks about how the squid's eye is as big, right here. It says that a giant squid's eye can be as big as a soccer ball, and I think that that's a great description for kids to, be like, wow, that can be huge. And so, so my personal response to this book, its animated illustrations made it enjoyable for me to look at, and not that I don't like looking at real pictures, but I thought that was cool to just use animated illustrations. This book was very informative. Like I said, I even learned a few things out of it, and the way that this book is written, it keeps you on your toes, because you don't really know what's going to happen next, and it's kind of eerie being in the deep blue sea. And so students can learn about creatures of the deep blue ocean, and how we are able to learn about them because of scientists, not because we are able to see them, just swimming around because they're way down below. And this book is also great at showcasing how to compare the size of a giant squid with something that we know and can relate it to. So I think that the kids will learn a few things on how giant squid survive, and how they hunt, and how they are hunted, and how big they are. And so I think that a fun activity after reading this book would be to actually go out into the hallway, because I don't think a classroom would be big enough to do this, or outside, and measure out how long. First of all, look up how big a school bus is typically, and then measure out how big that is, so that the kids can physically see, wow, a giant squid can get this big, this many meters long. And so I would like to incorporate math. And then also the author says that they can get up to a couple tons. And so I would like for the kids to figure out how big tons are, and then add together, and say that a giant squid can get up to 4,000 pounds, or however big. And I think it would be fun for them to physically be able to see, wow, there is a creature in the ocean that's this big, and that's crazy to think about. At least I think it's crazy, and I think the kids would like that. And so I then would just have the students explain to me a couple new facts that they learned from this book, because it really does have a lot of interesting things, and great facts and comparisons about a giant squid. So thanks.